Hi, hello, my name is Gabio, and today we're going to talk about my favorite album of 2021, which is If I Can Have Love, I Want Power by Halsey. So, hello. Right now, let's talk about my favorite album. This is gonna be a short video. It's just gonna be like all my ideas sponged into a short little capsule for you to consume about my ideas of both the album and the movie If I Can Have Love, I Want Power. First of all, just for clarification's sakes, Halsey's pronouns are she and they, so I'll be using them interchangeably. If I Can Have Love, I Want Power is Halsey's fourth concept album, which means that it's an album that tells a story in a bigger way, and usually that's what their albums are, and that's what makes me love her music so much. The way that every time you listen to a Halsey song, it's like a part of a greater picture somehow, is something I always really loved, and my love of Halsey is so far down. So the first time I learned of Halsey was during the Snow White and the Huntsman movie with Kristen Stewart. Castle was the title song for that movie, and I was interested in the movie. I never saw it, but I was interested in like the cinematography. I guess the trailer looked really good to me, and I found the song, and then I became in love with Badlands, and not so long after that, A Hopeless Fountain came out, and I've been a massive fan ever since. Halsey is generally my #1 listened to artist of the year on Spotify, because like it's just my type of music. I really like the way they write lyrics is really close to how I like to listen to a lyric. So If I Can Have Love, I Want Power was the fourth album that she made, and the concept, as I've seen a couple of interviews of hers because I really like her and I want to know what she thinks when they're writing. So I was looking at it, and the way they said that the album came to them was because they just started writing at the beginning of the pandemic, and not so long after she became pregnant. This album's main through line is really pregnancy and how scary it is, frankly, but it's also so much more, and I really like the way it is assembled, if you will. So let's start with the album in itself. So it starts with The Tradition, which is really good. It's really like a repetitive song, and it's really like more of a mood setter, which I really like. And something I really fucking love about this album is the transitions between the songs. My favorite one is actually between the second song, Bells in Santa Fe, and the third one, Easier Than Lying, because Easier Than Lying is my favorite song, but there's like a really cool transition effect in there. The Bells in Santa Fe stops abruptly, and then Easier Than Lying starts, but Easier Than Lying has a very quick tempo, so it's really nice to listen to, because the producers were Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross of 5 Inch Nails, I'm pretty sure, which they're really good at cinematic type of storytelling through music. Yeah, so my favorite song of the album is Easier Than Lying, and that's it. I tried for this video, I tried really hard to do a list of my a track list of my favorite songs from favorite to least favorite, but I couldn't. Straight up could not. All of them are so good for different reasons, but the only thing that is sure in my mind is that Easier Than Lying is my favorite. And then also if I had to choose 3 favorite, it would be Easier Than Lying, Honey, and it changes from day to day, but probably Girl Is a Gun. I really like Girl Is a Gun, and Lilith. So this is a really bad video to explain the album if you've not listened to it, but I think you should listen to it and then come back. And then I also have the live versions of the checklist, because when Halsey announced that he would do a live show online, I've never been to a Halsey show before, so I immediately bought tickets, and then they sold the tracks, the live version, their live recordings, and I bought them because I really like them. Specifically Honey, Easier Than Lying, and I'm Not a Woman, I'm a God live are so good. One of the pieces in this video is one of the frames from the live version of I'm Not a Woman, I'm a God. I also thought that this live performance, I'm so sorry, you probably cannot see the live performance. I don't know if it's going to be available anywhere, anytime, but I think some of the videos are on their YouTube. I know that I'm Not a Woman, I'm a God is on there. It's the way that since Halsey was pregnant, they couldn't do a lot of difficult movement and dance songs, so what she opted to do was instead sometimes more straight up static shots, but with stuff thrown at her, or reacting with the environment, which I thought was so clever, and it made such a pretty visually show. So yeah, I really liked the live show. And then what made me want to make this video is when I saw the movie. So If I Can Have Love, I Want Power has a movie. Kind of just the same way that Melanie Martinez's album, I don't remember the name, had a movie as well. I was a little scared when Halsey announced the movie, just because Melanie Martinez's movie, on hindsight, made me not enjoy her music as much anymore. So I was scared that it would happen the same to Halsey and there would be like weird politics into it. But Halsey was really not that. It was basically a very long music video in a really good way. So there's a through line. Not all the songs from the album are on there, but all the ones that are there are really good thematically. By the way, I'm gonna spoil like most of the movie in here, so if you want to watch the movie blind, I would recommend going right now. Although this movie is mostly like visual, so like the story is more of it's like regular story tropes, but it's more for the visuals. But I'd still recommend watching it first. So the movie starts off with the Queen, which is played by Halsey, and their dead husband, the King. And then the first part of the movie is really about like grief, but it looks like the Queen is not that much in grief. And then the mother of the King seems like mad at Halsey, and then Halsey seems to play with it because she doesn't really care. Then later on during the movie, we realize that Halsey is in fact pregnant in that story as well. And because they don't like her and because they think that she killed the husband, which she did, but because of it, they want to remove her from power. And then they said that if the kid was to be born, if it was a boy, it would be taken from her, and then they would make sure that he would be a good king like his father was, which he was not. And then if it was a girl, she would be thrown into the ocean, and Halsey was sentenced to death. So Halsey runs away to a witch's cabin that she fell on a little earlier in the movie. She gives birth to, I'm pretty sure, a boy in the movie. Then she gets executed. So the parts of the movie that really, really made me love this movie were, first of all, I really, really like the way the nudity is portrayed in the movie. So there are two very, very explicit front nudity scenes from Halsey and other actor and actresses. Both times I liked it so much because it was not sexual, and I really like the art of naked bodies, if that makes sense. I'm an artist. I think that naked bodies are really beautiful for what they are. I hate when naked bodies are sexualized because of nudity, and I thought that it was so well integrated in the movie, where like these people are naked and it's okay. They're just, it's normal, it's pretty, it gives pretty visuals. So I really like the way that was handled. Then I really liked the like atmospherical cinematographic ambiance, if you will, of the movie. Yeah, it was just like really cool art direction wise, and it felt like really pretty. And lastly, I really liked it was so sad, but when the Halsey character gets beheaded, right before that, she looks at their little boy, and there is a sequence which is Darling, which is the saddest song on the album. It's like a very cute ballad on how to like deal with like loss. Like Darling is like a lullaby that is also like, I don't want anything to happen to me while you're young, but also like if it is, it's fine and we're gonna be good. And there's a line in the song that said, and maybe I'll be better if I take my meds. Ain't a double header if you lose your head. Try the medication that I bought instead. It's working a little, but there's no much left. Which I believe that out of context, it's supposed to talk about like self-medication and that kind of like those kinds of problematics that Halsey might have gone through. But in context, ain't a double header if you lose your head, right before she's about to get beheaded by a guillotine, was really powerful, and it made me like, it really like recontextualized all of the song Darling for me, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, the movie, I spoiled a lot about the movie, but also like there's so much I didn't talk about because it's very much a visual show. You need to watch the movie. It's on HBO Max right now, in the US, I believe, because I don't think HBO Max is available anywhere else. And yeah, also I really like the evil Halsey character, which I drew as well. But yeah, so that's all I have to say on If I Can Have Love, I Want Power. It's a shorter video than I usually do, but it's really because it's an in-between. I'm still working on my Heather's video, and it's taking a long time. I am losing my head currently. I am going crazy because I am having so many opinions about Heather's the musical, and it's really hard to put them on paper, if that makes sense. So still working on there. Here are all the pictures I drew today, and also, while I'm also working on Heather's the Musical, I'm also having school, which is really intense. If you didn't know, I'm in animation school, which is really, really fun, but it's also so much work. So during the school year, I cannot really post that much video because like the first halsey drawing, I think the red one, took like 2 weeks of real time of like free time to draw because it's so like I have a lot of homework and I kind of want to pass because I really like it, but it's important to me. So yeah, that's why you're not getting much content from me. Also, if this video goes super well, I'm pretty sure one other type of video I kind of want to do is artist by era type of content. I'm not a biggest fan of music. I don't know much about music, but I really like artists. Like I really like Halsey, I really like Lord, I really like Conan Gray, I really like Fall Out Boy. And what I'm thinking I could do is like a video that's going through like all of their eras. Like of course the easiest one would be Halsey and Lord, and even Fall Out Boy because they have a lot longer of a career to like go through, but like just like draw them in each album / era that they are in and like develop them, if that makes sense. Tell me if you're interested. I would really like doing that if anybody is interested. All of my social medias are gonna be in the link tree in my bio. Thank you so much for hanging around and just let me talk about something that I really, really like, and I hope that we'll see each other soon. See ya.